So
It's fucking
everything working now?
what? Yeah, it's working. I'm just angry, stupid. Um,
Should I make the
r-
same joke I made last time about us? Like, hey, we're doing another video about people being wrong on the internet. Isn't that exciting?
Instead of being like 3 a.m. at night, it's now like 7 a.m. in the morning.
This is the time you get up for classes, you watch events, you go to church. No, we're talking about why what's this guy's name? ZJ Plays is wrong about rivals.
ZJ, the man, the myth, the women
ZJ.
getter himself.
ZJ, yeah. I
We're
should not
secretly jealous of him this whole time.
ZJ.
No,
Yes.
no. There's only one person I am secretly jealous of, and that is damn it, me and damn it, what's his name? What's his name?
Cowabunga.
Yeah,
Cowbunger, yeah.
that is the one guy I will always be jealous of. He gets everything.
You're
Yeah,
just the
mother.
guy in the corner of the party.
They don't know that I actually hate Gowabunga.
I don't even know Cowabunker. I just know that he has a presence in the plat fighter scene, and that's that.
I hate it. I hate it because it's like I'll do all these fucking things for different people, and then he'll just walk up with like sheer 200% aura and just be like, "Hey, can I have things?" And then he gets things.
Oh my god.
How about you just ask for things?
No, what am I, a whore? I have to. I have to get things with aura alone. If you ask, then the women don't want that. I definitely know what women want.
Sure.
I have 2,000 subs. I think I know what women want. And
How many
unfortunately,
subs are there women?
what happened?
How many of your subs are women?
Probably like 2 of them, and they're probably in North Korea.
Why
Sounds about right.
specifically? Why specifically that country?
Huh? It's to infiltrate the United States.
Oh my god. Alright.
Can you tell that I am not mentally there?
That
Don't
makes the
worry.
video better.
This will wake you up. Anyway, should we do an intro?
Uh,
This isn't the intro.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think that's good enough as an intro.
Alright, so
I think
this
most.
is
I think most of the audience already knows that you guys are my friends. That I can
I
finally
think if
fucking.
they've been watching for long enough, they know who we are.
we're watching JJ plays. It's early in the morning. Video on Rivals 2. This is different from the Zeta one. We're gonna
Or
talk
the
about
other
why
cat
he's
ones.
wrong. Sorry, what?
Or the other cat ones.
Yeah, the other cat ones. Astral Cat and the other guy. I don't remember him. This video is different from the Zeta one. We won't spoil why. It's a short video. You guys ready?
I
Oh
guess
yeah,
so.
there's Astro Cat, the other cat. Fuck them. I don't understand.
The casual cats.
That was crazy.
All right. Hopefully, okay. Let me know if you
At
have
least
anything to
you
say.
know what. You know what? Thank God it's 7 minutes and not 20.
Yeah. Hopefully, this should not take an hour to get through.
Thank God, bro. Thank God.
All right. Let me know when you want me to pause it because I'm the one in control.
I
All right,
got
then.
you.
All right. Let's do it.
So, here's a little bit about me. One of my best friends is currently serving an LDS mission in Argentina, and I really miss him from time to time, especially when something I know he'd enjoy comes out. He actually told me to keep him updated on a list of games and movies he knew about before he left, including Hytale and Silk Song and the Dungeons & Dragons movie and the Super Mario movie, a bunch of other things like that. And he's not dead, he'll be back in a matter of months, but still, I miss him. And all in all, one of the hardest things I've had to deal with regarding his absence is having to break to him just how bad Rivals of Aether 2 ended up.
Okay.
What a way to open up a video.
Yeah. First, go ahead.
I really hate it because I really hate it because I feel that pain because in my Vanguard video I have a person named Anderson that I used to talk to a lot and I don't really get to talk to them right now or anymore. So but then the whiplash of fucking Rivals 2 sucks fucking ruins it. God damn.
I have when I first saw that, I was like, okay, I already know I'm not gonna like this video because opens up the video with a personal story of like, yeah, I really miss my friend. He's gone for a while. It's like that's not a very, I wouldn't say professional. That's not a very cohesive way of opening up your game review. Just talking about your personal issues with your friends. Like,
I
sorry,
I
that's
think
not
instead of cohesive, you probably mean like emotionally appealing, I guess.
professional. I don't know. It's like I'm sorry to hear, but like that's something you write on Twitter or Facebook. That's not something you put at the beginning of your
It's
video game
something
review.
you
It's like
something you write on Twitter. Oh
I
my
don't.
god.
Why do you? Oh, I don't know. I get people want to share this
That's
stuff or
something you
whatever.
bitch about on Twitter, dickhead. Just like
Point is, don't open up the video like that. Like, if you really, really want to mention it, you'll be like, "I like it really disappoints me because I was really looking forward to playing this game with my friend in Argentina." Like 5 seconds to spend on that. Like somewhere like near the end or the middle of the video, you really wanted to talk about it. But anyway, like the other thing is that apparently people were giving him crap about how he pronounced like ether or aether or whatever. Like,
Yeah, that might be a pet peeve of this video.
wait, really? You guys care about that? I'll be honest, I've never cared. I only cared
Not that
about it
big of
when
a
it
deal, but it's
I've only I understand it being a pet peeve, but to me, the only time that I hear shit like that is like if someone says potato and says potato, I'm gonna end it all. But for anything else, I don't think it's too bad.
if you
like
say
I'm not,
potato regularly, you're just a contrarian.
I, I like I'm not giving him crap for saying it like that though. But like, A, I know that's gonna bug people, and B, it's just kind of like a cherry on top of like the opening of this though. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention. Like he says, like I really miss my friend though. It's been a long time though, but I'm gonna be so sad to tell him how awful this game is. It's like, damn, dude, I think you got your priorities like skewed. Like, is that what you're really gonna tell him that the first time you see him again? Like, you're not gonna say like, "I missed you for so long" or anything like that.
I
It's
miss
like,
you,
oh my
buddy. By the way, Rivals 2 sucks.
god, oh my, I don't know. That's I don't.
Basically, I can translate what MGG says. He just said, "Go to Blue Sky, you fucking."
Oh my god, I don't like this intro. I really don't like this intro. But
Well,
whatever.
Or
Hey,
edit it
hey,
out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
hey, maybe the rest of the video will be good. Maybe it won't be so bad. If it wasn't so bad, we would be doing a video on it.
Imagine
Hey,
watching a
hey,
good
hey,
video
hey,
on
hey,
YouTube.
hey, 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 hey! Speak for yourself. I would love to do just a good video, and we just do that. I would do one of Faven. I would do one of Faven, but
Sorry,
I,
who?
you know the guy that was talking about like competitive versus casual scene. I think the only problem is that shit is 30 minutes, so I definitely would do like mini timestamps and then we do it there. But
I
I
mean, the
would do
problem with a good video is that we have to have something to say about it.
I mean, we can do that, but I don't know. We're so conditioned to like not do that from what we've done so far.
It's
You
easier
know
to
what?
criticize a bad thing than
You know what? I can't say anything because we literally did the fucking like the Ganondorf video. So I don't fucking know. Let's just
I
fucking continue this shit.
maybe I don't know. What did he say afterwards? Okay, so he said Aether, Ether, whatever.
Bad Rivals of Aether 2 ended up.
Aether.
Like, holy cow, it's like this indie team got their ideas from Blizzard. This is pitifully corporate and I've refunded it out of spite. Alright, let me give some background. Rivals of Aether is what you would call a Smash clone.
Oh, already
There
off
we
to a
go.
good start.
the trigger word.
I fucking kill myself. I can't escape. Ever since that goddamn video, I understand why people might have not liked that video as much. Went a little too hard.
Show the video on the screen. Slowly fading in.
I've seen the comments section. I know that you guys don't like it as much as others. But what the fuck? I'm just getting proved right every single day.
From what I'm getting at is that a lot of people just use it as a synonym for platform fighter. But if you know what the actual subgenre name is and you don't want to step on any toes, Could you not say that? Could you not say Smash Clone?
It's just a weird when I see people do it interchangeably, and he does it in this video too.
Yeah, he does. Oh my god.
Like again, it's literally just used. It's literally just used for this is bad. This is bad genre. This is bad genre. And it's like
Yeah.
it's only used to take a shit on people. It's never used for like actually identifying shit. It's like
Wait till he defends himself in a bit.
great.
Let's get on with it.
but in the best way possible. It's a platform fighter, a genre dominated by Smash Bros, and thus I don't think calling something a clone is inherently bad. I will say though that most Smash clones are somewhat underwhelming just because they don't have the quality or direction of Daddy Sakurai, but not because they don't feel enough like Smash Bros.
Okay, so I have a video on this I want to make someday. Fingers
You
crossed.
have a lot of videos you want to make someday.
I know, ha ha ha. I never made the Bite Breakers video, made that a Twitter thread or whatever. Anyway, one of the points I wanted to make in that video was to explain why these games are so difficult, though. And part of it is just because A, making a fighting game in general is hard. B, the expectations of Smash also weigh heavily on these games. And since most of the people willing to make these games are in the indie scene, there's a lot that really goes behind it that I don't think anyone considers, whatever. Plus, big companies are just not willing to commit to the idea as well. And I don't fully blame them, though. Again, there's a lot that goes behind it. Hits got to feel good, sound design's got to look good. There's a lot of animations you got to make. There's a lot of mechanics you got to make, though. Even if the game is mechanically sound, people are still going to find holes or gripes that they don't enjoy in the game loop. And then, Smash is already well known for its all-star roster, so you got to have an IP or cast that people care about. A lot of games don't focus on the emotional side. There's way more that goes behind it, and I think a lot of people just assume these games are half-assed or made by amateurs, which is why they don't succeed.
Well, you can be an amateur and still produce a very good game. I think I think my problem with it is more so that because Smash is fine for what it does, but I'm gonna be honest, I think I said this in a post or whatever, but if I'm above the age of 12, there is not a lot that Smash has done except maybe Smash 4 content that would keep me back. You know what I mean? Trophies it's half and half. I can understand why people like trophies. But everything else when it comes to single player, I legitimately don't understand why it's praised. Even Brawl, I don't understand.
You're
the
gonna
only
make
one
that video soon, aren't you?
what?
It's been brewing your head, the single player and platform fighters.
Well, for that I would need to talk about fighting games in general. But my thing about it is that you can stick to your own competitive scene and no single player, and then I'll just judge it on that. But when people want to do single player, it's only thinking about Smash when I don't think you should, because a lot of Smash's content is ass anyway. So I don't get it.
Oh my god. I completely forgot to mention and say, and I know people are not gonna like this statement at all, but it doesn't help that many platform fighters that do have what's the word I'm thinking of? That actually do have some frick.
Meat on their bones.
Yeah, the games that have meat on their bones or whatever are very well just analogs of Melee, are heavily based on Melee, and in my opinion,
Melee likes.
the statement that'll piss off Rawwin. Yeah, a lot of them are Melee likes though, and I think
You're the
that
one
style of,
dislike.
I think that style of game is a lot more
listen.
niche than people give it credit for. But
Listen, just because I don't snort crack and fucking want my hands to have blistering fucking sores doesn't mean fuck you. I want slow platform fighters. You can lick my penis.
It's not just that, but it doesn't help that Melee's community has this absurdly obnoxious reputation, since the Brawl days, where they piss on anything that isn't Melee, which is not, it's not the game's fault though, but there's so much baggage and just bad blood, bad will that comes behind a lot of this. There's so many different nuances behind it that I just don't think people have looked into it though, and it's not just one or two things you can point to. It's an anthology, a freaking puzzle you gotta piece together. And I haven't seen many videos that talk about that. But maybe I'm full. Maybe I'm full of crap. Maybe I'm full of crap.
The anthology
I'm
on
gonna make a
Melee.
video called Melee Ruined Platform Fighters.
No, it did not. Hey, if I ever make that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, like, let's get back to this video. So
I did want to bring up something that he does briefly talk about here about the too much like Smash and not enough like Smash argument.
Oh yeah, that. Go ahead.
I think he should talk a little bit so I can refresh my memory and then we can talk about it.
Yeah,
All
go
right,
back like 20, I guess.
It's not made by like Daddy Sakurai. Sakurai's an amazing developer, but you don't need him to make a good platform fighter.
Underwhelming just because they don't have the quality or direction of Daddy Sakurai, but not because they don't feel enough like Smash Bros. Actually, some of them feel a little too similar. Of all the non-Smash platform fighters I've played, all three of them, Rivals of Aether is easily the best one. This was my previously mentioned friend's go-to game. I remember a lot of middle school nights of getting dominated by him while he listed all the ways that this was a better game than Smash Bros. Now, I'm not great, or even good, but I can tolerate getting demolished now. And for those who care, I'm an Arcane main.
Was your friend's username Dat Garfield Boy? I've been waiting to make that.
Yeah, was
Garfield
he
secretly in the military this whole time?
Yeah, was he was he shown sucking off Dan in the corner as well?
Oh my god. Oh god. Now known as Disaster Dave. I don't know if he's made that name change or not. But anyway, is that enough
Always
for you
be
guys?
Garfield to us.
I honestly feel like we have to give him like a minute and 30 because I feel like if we talk about it now, he's just gonna bring up shit afterward. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we'll let me know when to pause.
We're putting a pin on Waffleman's argument. I think we need to listen more.
All right,
Okay.
let's go back a little bit.
He was sad that he was called on his mission before the game, formerly known as Rivals 2, was released, but Miles, you are not missing anything. Rivals of Aether 2 was released in October, adding to my list of games I was excited about but yet couldn't purchase before my vacation, and sadly, it was one of the two games to disappoint me severely. Why? Not because it's terribly broken or poorly designed, it plays perfectly fine. In fact, it plays almost identically to Rivals 1. Unlike other sequels to fighting games that either revamp gameplay mechanics or add a slew of new content, Rivals 2 just kind of feels like Rivals 1 with 3D graphics.
No, it does not.
Sorry, what?
No, it does not.
Okay, so
Like,
apparently,
identically to Rivals 1.
okay, so I might be wrong then because he's not going back to it, but I think my problem here, and maybe this will go with Waffleman's thing. My problem here is that he doesn't really tell me why. He just says that it's a worse Smash Bros. And it's like I don't know what that means. I want like examples or like descriptions of why.
I mean, when you just contradict yourself right after, like, oh, games are too different than Smash, oh, but they're also too similar at the same time. Like, what do you want?
Oh,
Yeah,
is that what he says afterward?
Yeah.
all right, let's let him say it. Let the crime come before the punishment.
That's true. That's true.
And initially, I was prepared to be disappointed by the graphical revamp. Yeah, I know from experience that it's easier to make okay 3D animation than genuinely impressive pixel art of Rivals 1, but thankfully the animation was the one thing I can confidently say Rivals 2 did better than 1.
What was that point he made?
Yeah, I know from experience that it's easier to make okay 3D animation than genuinely impressive pixel art.
Wait. Did he say it was easier to make okay 3D animation than great pixel art?
Well, you just need one model for animation. For pixel art, you need to redraw every time.
No, I'm not disagreeing. Like, that's kind of a no duh. Making something okay is better than making something great. Whatever. Okay. That's a really weird point.
And Rivals definitely doesn't have okay animation.
Yeah. I don't know. So, little gripe there. I thought that was a really weird point to make. Like, okay, sure. Anyway, let's go back.
All of these Rivals animations look great, though I'm not sure why they needed to redesign Arcane.
What? What? Pause. There's no fucking way he said that. There's no fucking way he said that. That bitch would have looked
with beady black eyes.
Yeah, that bitch would have looked ugly as fucking sin. There is no way you say that to me.
Well, you don't like the Barney the Dinosaur design?
No,
Like, yeah, big black eyes. Give him the party design, the Barney the dinosaur eyes.
no. I
That's
hate
just bitch
Barney. I
looking ass.
hate Barney. That purple bastard needs to die. I'm glad he
Also
was replaced with
black.
this arcade.
I mean, I was put off by like the animation or design change at first, but I'm like, I also stopped caring after a while.
Yeah, it grew on
No,
us.
no, fuck
Yeah.
that. I frame one. I knew that shit was better. Ain't no way.
It's kind of weird going from this design back to frame makers, even though it literally just is an eye change. But like, oh well.
Well, to be fair, well, to be fair, it's fine in frame makers because that shit has 2D animation, and that's where the black beady eyes can maybe stay. Black beady eyes in real life would look like a bear attacking you. I'm not dealing with that.
I do admit, if he had a low poly skin, the black media eyes probably would have worked.
Probably, I'll give you that.
All right. Anyway, let him back. Put the spice in.
So that's 1 point for Rivals 2. What else is different gameplay wise? There's a shield, a grab, and you can hang from ledges. I'm kind of conflicted on it all. On one hand, it makes it feel more like Smash Bros, but on the other, it makes it feel more like Smash Bros.
All right. Is that enough? Is that a good enough stopping point?
What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, wait, okay, maybe this is okay. Maybe I'm having a Zeta moment where I now understand. Maybe I'm having that. So I think the argument could be that it's a part of because it's a part of Smash Bros that you don't like versus a part of Smash Bros that you do like. So, for example, it could be the fact it could be the fact of like the shields provide good defense in some areas, but the way of how it's implemented in Smash Bros makes it so that sometimes it could get a little lame with the things that you have. So you like shield, but a lot of the things that shield provides makes things very boring. So that's how I could see this being the oh, it's a part of Smash Bros. It's bad, but it's a part of Smash Bros. It's good. So like taking the design of just having a basic like good defensive mechanic is fine, but that defensive mechanic being somewhat boring when implemented and you actually use it can be bad. That's the only way that I think that this argument could work. But on the other hand, he's not explaining why right now, and he might later. But maybe this is what he means, where it's like, I like the fact that there's basic implementation for defense and things like that. I just don't like the way that they take it from Smash. Maybe. And even then, I can't even really say that because it's like, this shield is way better than Smash. The ledge is probably not better than Smash. Maybe that's a hot take on me, but maybe that's what he's saying.
Okay, so I forgot to take notes regarding this video, so but I'm pretty sure he doesn't go into any detail about why that's bad, at least no detail of substance. So, you can cut this part out if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, stuff like that. But anyway, I give like a minor spoiler on the video. He's not super interested in the nuances or tinkering of the mechanics, though. This is very much a different type of video. So, anyway, I have a couple points on this. For starters, I think because originally I was one of those people who rolled their eyes every time I heard people complain about the addition of shields and ledges in this game. Now, I've given it some thought, and I don't think it's a completely baseless argument, because I think where he's coming from here is that, oh, they added a lot of mechanics in like Smash, therefore the game is less unique. And like, okay, you know what, that's not... that's sort of fair. That is one thing I have heard people say that they were a little disappointed in. This game is less unique compared to its predecessor, and the whole addition of like get up specials and Pubble specials. I mean, they're nice, but they're not really like a seller on its own way. So I can get the premise that the game is not super distinct, though, at least compared to the previous one. And that was a gripe I had with the game. I wish they did change a little bit more to make it feel more specialized in a way. On the other hand, what I think many people are missing is that the reason they added shields and ledges was because the lack of shields and ledges was a big reason why many people didn't play or at least stick with the first game. it is a just overall like even if you're like even for a hardcore setting, it's just something many people are comfortable with. It's way less straining though. It adds just that little bit of that small kind of like cool off period where you grab the ledge. You don't have to constantly like be on your toes every second in every state of the battle. It's just an overall like net 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 positive for your player base as a whole though. Like it was a good idea to add. And as for shields and as for shields though, again, like parrying just felt way too much of that Wild West just hard roughness that a lot of people were just not prepared for or can really get accustomed to it. So as a whole, yes, it was a net positive though. It was a good idea to put this in the game, even if it did sacrifice a little bit of that unique identity. Quote unquote, quote unquote.
I do
The
want to
only
say that like Rival's identity wasn't made because of what it lacked. It's made
Yeah.
because what it had.
Exactly. Like I'm not saying ZJ is saying this though, but there's tons of people who said this game abandoned Rivals 1 players or it should not have been called Rivals of Aether players. Those arguments that like you can't really help or whatever. It's like they probably weren't going to like the game on principle or anything like that, but it's it's a taste thing though. Like Rivals of Aether is way more than just the lack of ledges and shields though. It was a lot of Rivals of Aether was its character designs, was its lore, a lot of like wow, it tried to differentiate itself though behind that. It was way more than beyond that. It was more than
I don't think the
Workshop, which
lore was the main selling point, but definitely the character designs.
both visually as well as mechanically. And
Lore
as
kind of does feel like an afterthought.
yeah, well, that's nothing new for fighting game standards, though. But hey, you know what? There is some effort put into it compared to other games that don't even
Better than
try.
nothing. That's not high
Yeah,
bar, but it's better than nothing.
yeah. But anyway, as for the other point you wanted to bring up, Waffle Man, about too similar but not enough, like Smash.
Yeah, I believe like Mockrock brought this up in a video that like this tightrope of if you're two different, people won't like it. If you're too similar, people won't like it. You have
Yeah, that
to
was the
thread the needle, have to have this very specific balance, and eh, it, I think we've talked about this before in a podcast. Like,
I feel
do you
I've
appeal? Do you appeal to Smash players, or do you make something new, something along those lines?
I have my stance on this. Honestly, like I think it's just a moot point. Honestly, nowadays it's like if you play a platform fighter and one of your first thoughts is, well, if I'm playing this game, why don't I just play Smash? What does this game like offer behind that? If that is one of your first thoughts, you probably weren't going to be interested in this game to begin with. If you just have Smash on the mind, you're thinking, why not just play Smash? Just play Smash then. If Smash just has so much of what you're looking forward to, go play that one. You don't need to drag these other games down and constantly like beat these to these impossible standards behind it. And like I've already mentioned beforehand, like that's what these games have to put up with a lot of times. And that if that is your main concern a lot of the times, then I don't think there was not a lot that was probably going to satisfy you to begin with. Like I'm not giving you necessarily crap for this, but it just does not seem like it was going to work out between you guys. I don't know. That's just my thought process of this. Maybe I'm full of crap.
Yeah,
Well, I want
it would be something else if like it would be something else if there was like actual critiques that you had, like
most people
you
are
don't.
just disingenuous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems more disingenuous than
They
anything.
look
It'd
at
be
them
some
at first value and then just write them off.
like yeah,
Mhm.
if someone told me about like what do I rush out? Not rush out. Oh yeah, I guess rush out vote. Someone told me rush out vote is the reason why. The reason why they don't like it is that it feels like fast Super Smash Brothers. I like what am I supposed to say? Like there's nothing to really dig in deep. But if they said something like, "I really, I really wish they had more content. I really wish that the internet was better or the online was better." Like at that point, there's things that can be improved and like things that we could not only look forward to, but things we could say that the developer saying to the developer, "This feels like fast Smash Bros. Why would I play this? It doesn't really do anything, and like there is no solution for that if it's just gonna be disingenuous like that." So I don't know.
Yeah, two more points behind that is that when we bring up, side modes, better online, better emotion, stuff like that, you're basically kind of by that point just asking the developers to just get the game perfect, get it a perfect 9 or 10 out of 10 by that point, which like for a fighting game or a platform fighter of like any scale to reach all that expectations though, that's a ton to ask for. But another point I just thought of though was that oh shoot, what was it? It kind of goes back to your point in the Smash Clones video, but what exactly people interpret as being enough different from Smash, but not too much, is way too open to interpretations. Some people think Icon's Combat Arena is distinct enough. Some people think Multiverses or Brawlhalla isn't distinct enough, and those are like some of the most unique platform fighters out there. So it's like by that point, it's like good luck threading the needle to fit all these people's different iterations behind it. It doesn't feel like it should be much of a focus by that point. Just make the game the best it can be by that point. And if
Yeah,
a
when
good
I
amount of your audience is asking why not just play Smash over that, fine, let them. Smash is big enough. Smash has a tight grip on them. Let them. You probably weren't going to win them over anyway. Bye. See ya.
I
when we
can't
get to
thread.
the point where people say like short hops and shields are Smash mechanics, I kind of just die inside.
Yeah,
All,
I don't
all
know.
I'm
That's disingenuous at
all
that
I'm
point.
saying is that I can't thread a needle of ideas if the ideas are in a fucking haystack. If everyone can have an opinion and everyone can have a different opinion of what a fucking Smash clone or like what Smash is, then like I can't fucking say that anyone's opinions on what Smash is actually valid because it's like if it's 700 million different reasons as to what makes Smash Bros and you can't really pin it down for each single individual person, you really gotta I think the genre or the people really gotta dig deep and actually have like comparisons because like at that point it's impossible and it's just never gonna be done if it could just be anything.
Not many people are willing to like put it down and like to put down the science or put it down in in a more objective manner that can be digested properly. Like I'm starting to understand why Sonic Team has had so many issues making Sonic games because the freaking
All
fans don't
around
know what they
back
want.
around to Sonic.
It always comes back to Sonic, boys. Is it
Yep, it
because
always does.
is it because I'm mentally unwell? Is it because I'm retarded? Next time on Software Neos' channel.
The boomerang of video games.
Oh my god.
Did
Anyway,
you just call
anything
me
else?
the boomerang of video
I
games?
called Sonic the
Boomerang?
boomerang of video games.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put that in my channel bio.
Okay. Anyway, ready to get. We've been talking for like 5 minutes on like this small point.
That's fine.
All right, let's go.
Which begs the question, is that better? One could argue that if your game is too much like Smash Bros, then why not just play Smash Bros?
Hey, just what I said. I already mentioned that point.
You read your mind.
Yeah, it's almost like I've seen this video, but anyway.
Rivals of Either 1 actually stayed away pretty well. On top of that, all the characters maintain their mechanics from 1, which...
Wait, hold on. What did he say there? Did he say, like, Rivals of 1 did pretty good threading the needle? How? Hold on, let's listen to that again. Let's go back.
One could argue that if your game is too much like Smash Bros, then why not just play Smash Bros? Rivals of Either 1 actually stayed away pretty well.
You mind... I don't think he actually explains why.
Explain? No.
Hold on. I think he just goes into the Rivals 1 characters all have their mechanics from Rivals 1 points. Like,
Well, yeah,
All
they're
right.
the same characters.
what? Okay. Like, you mind going into detail, like, how that, like, why that worked out? All right, whatever.
I forgot to
Go ahead.
bring up, but I don't think he ever brought up like special get up attacks or anything or special pummels.
Yeah, I don't think he ever brings that up at all. Which kind of does.
That's pretty into what's the word? I think I just said it.
Consider it.
Inconsiderate. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it does kind of bring back the point of, special pummels and special get-ups weren't enough of a selling point for some people, which I get that, but if you're gonna make a video telling us why you shouldn't play the game, it probably at least makes sense to bring some attention to it. especially when special pummels and get-ups were brought up a decent amount in the game's advertisement. And oh boy, we'll get on to this guy in the game's advertisement in a moment.
On top of that, all the characters maintain their mechanics from 1, which didn't have shields or grabbing in mind, so I wouldn't tell you this was terribly thought out.
What? Pause. Just tell me why. Every single time we have a statement, we're never explained as to why. Every single time. It's just.
I want everyone to be playing the same. I want everyone to be playing the same character, dude. I want everyone to be playing the same character. What
You're never gonna get over that quote.
Did he ever explain what he meant by that?
I think he meant like I don't want like crazy mechanics for every character.
I don't. Maybe, but I don't want to go off of assumption of what the hell he meant. I don't think he ever explained.
I made a whole podcast about that quote.
Yeah. Anyway, finish what you're saying, Software. Sorry.
Again, my only problem with this video is that like I just want an explanation. I don't care how shitty the explanation is. But the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, statement, nothing else. And it's just like, come on, man. Just give me something. Just give me something.
I'm getting the vibe of like rivals to change something. And then that's it. Like like it's a vibe of I don't really like it. And that's it. That's all I'm kidding.
I think what I hate about it more is that like you could do videos like this and then people will eat it up and agree, and then that could also fundamentally either change or get critiques about Rivals 2 that aren't necessarily on the backbone of anything actually solid. So it's like that's what makes this even worse. Is that it's just like he doesn't really say any of the or explain any of the points really, and then when it comes down to it, you'll have people that sort of agree based on feeling but don't really have enough actual points, and then it can fundamentally change shit. It's just I don't get it. Just explain to me how.
And the worst parts about these videos that they're usually on the top recommendations when you look up Platform Fighter.
Yeah.
I want to die.
I think some people purposely like leave some of their points ambiguous to like spark discussion or whatever. And I think if you provide some context or at least enough context about why you feel the way it is though or whatever, sure, by all means. But I don't think that's what this guy was trying to do. And if he was not doing it well.
Well,
again,
what he might be referring to is these are characters designed not with shields in mind, and now we have shields, so maybe that's what he was getting to, but yet again, they did conversate for that.
If the point was like, I don't know, or like I'm not, what I'm trying to say. If the point was like, I don't know if this would work out very well or whatever, then, or I don't think it worked out for the better, it's like, okay, you can be unsure about something but not like it as long as you elaborate, but like, I'm not even sure if that's how he feels.
Again, all I need is elaboration. Even again, I'm gonna come up with something right now. Like it's like I don't think shields and ledges. I don't think shield and ledges were really thought about enough because the mechanics don't really vibe well with when you have these defensive options. And then he could have said something like, "Oh yeah, Zeta burns fire. Does it burn people even when they shield? No, right?
Yeah, something like that."
Yeah, like it could be something like I actually don't know if Zeta burns fire burns through you even when you shield.
You main the character.
But let's say that exists, right? And you burn even through shield. Like that could be used as I don't think they thought about shielding in a weird way. So it's like but the problem is that there's no examples and it's just treated as fact. Like just give me an example. Like that's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah, no like weird interactions between character states or anything. Anyway, let's continue.
But do I really want to try and analyze whether or not these mechanics break the game? Not really. I'm not remotely qualified to.
I honestly, I think if you're going to
care about your qualification, you dickhead. You have an opinion above anything else. You probably have an opinion that's better than every fucking top player that ever exists, usually. Top players can't fucking tell me shit. Fuck you. You have an opinion. Don't fucking say that about yourself. You are qualified probably more than anyone. Just fucking tell me.
say that. And like again, if you're concerned about a game is it's imbalanced or whatever, I think you got your priorities skewed. I don't care if the game is unbalanced as long as it's freaking fun.
My
Oh
thing
my
is,
lord.
my thing is like, why even make the video if you don't want to make analysis like this? It doesn't make any sense. Why not? Why wouldn't you? You already edited the video. Why not go into detail? I don't
And
get it.
I want to bring this up. Let's play this clip again.
But do I really want to try and analyze whether or not these mechanics break the game? Not really. I'm not remotely qualified to.
Why did you bring it up then? What you were talking about did not like it did not automatically correlate to balance. It could have just been talking about like the fundamental flow didn't feel good or anything like that. It's like, and that's not the only time he brings up points that just don't help his his video at all.
Bro, this is shit. No, I don't want to talk about it. Are you crazy?
Don't I'm not in a good place right now. I'm not feeling what I see right now. Why? Don't
Why
ask.
would I want to talk about the game I'm reviewing?
Didn't ask. I hate this argument. Anyone has an opinion, bro. It's fine.
Yeah. What was this point here? Hold on.
No, what? I must be top 10 to have an opinion on a fighting game
Oh my god, people.
because everyone knows competitive players and know exactly how to make video games.
Yeah, that's sure. That being good at a game automatically means you know how to design it. That's definitely.
We
how that
love
works.
Sonic Fox. He's the best. I love him. Oh, shut up.
That's how that works. Being good at a fighting game means that you can definitely balance it. Sure, Tweak. That's definitely how that works. Yes, I called him out on it.
Man,
No, I
can't
don't
wait
remember
for the
what video
Melee
that
Listen,
was.
League.
all I'm saying is you could put Tweak and a literal like picture of Ganondorf, and you won't know what image is different.
Oh my god. Is there a photo edited of that him as Ganondorf?
Well, now I have to make it.
Hey, you want to? Anyway, did you have a point, Waffleman? Sorry.
No.
All right. Okay. I wanted to hear what he's saying here. I couldn't hear what he said. All right.
But that is basically the only difference between Rivals 1 and 2 gameplay-wise.
No,
Yeah,
it
he
is
didn't bring up
not.
special get up bubbles.
Do you know how much flexibility, how much like strings are so different in fucking Rivals 1 to Rivals 2? Bro,
Can you tell he's only played this game for an hour?
Bro, I could
Yeah,
I could down tilt someone in Zetterburn in that game, and that could be like 80%. If I down tilt someone could flick the thumbstick down and I'm getting comboed. Like it's not that similar.
Great
Okay,
mechanic, by the way.
I'm just gonna spoil it and say right now, I'm pretty sure this guy, and I don't say this derogatory at all though, but it would add a lot of context. I'm pretty sure this guy is a casual. Like he didn't know, like he didn't even bring up special pubbles or special get-ups. Like no mention of like removal drift DI, no mention of like crouch canceling floor hugging, no mention of like you can't wall jump out of up Bs or whatever. None of that. None of that's mentioned.
Oh,
That's
hate
so
the-
weird because I would expect someone like him to at least talk about like wall jumping out of up B, you know? Like I would feel like that would only make sense as the argument, you know what I mean?
Well, I hate to show my inner Garfield, but he does mention that Workshop was one of the core reasons why people
We'll
say
get to it.
Rivals 1.
We'll get
no.
to it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is coming from I just play this game like free for all party sense with my friends or whatever. And again, I'm not giving him crap for that or anything like that though, but again, I think it just kind of shows a bit of a disconnect between him and how the game was and the game like and how it was developed. And I'm not even saying like this is a unique problem with him specifically because I can see a lot of casuals coming down to a similar conclusion as him right now. but it doesn't, just because it's a common opinion doesn't necessarily mean that opinion holds a ton of weight or doesn't have problems in its own way. Like, okay, um I'm not trying to sound dismissive based off of that though, but I can see where he's coming from, but I can also like definitely signify like why I don't agree with it. If you get what I mean.
I just want him to explain. Just explain your point.
Yeah,
It's
sorry
just
if
all
I'm
I
a bunch
repeating
of
myself.
empty points of the video.
Yeah, a lot of it is just kind of empty points though. Just throw it out there. It's a nothing burger of a video, a nothing sub.
I know.
This is just like the
I,
last cat video we watched.
I know, I know. We talked about it literally like 5 minutes ago, but it's just like that. I hate the fact that this video comes in and then like people will still agree based on feeling and not actually like points that I want to hear people talk about. Like I'd be on people's side if they just fucking explain themselves, but when you don't, I'm just like, why do I want to hear you now? I don't get it.
A lot of the people probably like agreeing with his points, and again, not to dismiss them at all, are either A, friends, B, people who are also not very well knowledge on like Rivals or platform fighters, or C, people who hate Rivals 2 for whatever reason and just wanted a video for validation or whatever.
Oi.
Again, sorry, Jay-Z plays. That might be your core audience. He's gonna be watching this video and thinking, wow, these guys are fucking assholes.
These guys are dicks.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yes, we are.
And whether you think that's a good or a bad change doesn't change the fact that it's downright minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
Wait, minuscule in the grand scale? Hold on, like you
the
talked
main
about the 3D
gameplay.
graphics. You talked about the graphics. And again, another spoiler, he never talks about like any of the music remixes, any of the addition of voice acting, the updated sound design, which Rivals 2 has really good sound design. He doesn't he doesn't mention any of that. No mention of like any of the new stages, how certain stages change if you have like 4 players out, which I don't even think he knew about, honestly. It's like yeah, this just feels very surface level smash spoil kind of takes right here though. Like I don't know, like yeah. That's just what I'm getting from this.
Is there anything else that's new? Why, yes, characters. 2 of them. Loxodon and Fleet. 2 characters I didn't bother trying before I refunded it.
Can you tell we've only played this game for 30 minutes?
Why did you bring that point? Yeah, I get that. Well, why did you bring that up? Why did you mention this? This literally does not help your point in the video at all. Oh yeah, there's 2 new characters that came out. I didn't try them. And again, another like foreshadowing. One of his points like against the game is the roster is too small. How do you know? Like, how can you complain that the roster is too small? Well, you didn't
built
even
the
try out like
roster.
all of the characters, and 2 of them were new. What were you saying, Waffleman? Sorry.
You barely played the roster.
How do you know you don't even like it? And it's not even that uncommon for people to stick to a game because they like 1 or 2 characters. Like it's not like the biggest reason for a lot of games, but like hell, one reason I played Multiverses for as long as I did was because I really liked Jason. Like maybe Fleet was like the one for you. She was the apple of your eye, pun totally intended. Like how do you know?
Same, because I definitely, most of my Multiverses hours is because I like Wonder Woman. That's really it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes you only need that one character.
Yeah, but anyway, let's move on.
I'm sure they play great, or maybe they're incredibly unbalanced, who knows. Why didn't I play as them? This is Rivals 2 characters roster.
Wait a minute. So that's true? Because he said he refunded it, and you can only refund games after like maybe an hour. So like, oh shit.
Yeah,
so,
he barely played it then.
So Waffleman's statement isn't a bit. I thought that was a bit.
No, that's not a joke. That's like legit
God.
serious. He'll get an explanation why in a bit.
I
Oh
thought
my
that was a joke.
Oh, yeah, that didn't process in my mind. Yeah, you're right. How could he barely played it. This really was just a surface level gut level reaction thing or whatever. Oh my god.
Oh, I thought Waffle Man was joking.
Yeah, great. You can really see the qualifications, but I think I understand what he meant. Like, I'm not qualified behind this. You barely played a fighting game, especially the type of genre where you can put hundreds of hours into it or whatever, and he didn't even put a fraction of it in there.
God damn it.
Oh, Lord.
The original 6, the new 2, and Claren and Rano for some reason. Brand new game, 10 characters, only 2 of which are new.
Okay,
What do you
Claren
mean
is
for
in there
some
because of
reason?
lore. Claren, my beloved, she is in there because of lore and as well as the token sword fighter. They needed a Marth equivalent. Rano,
I mean,
I don't know. I guess they liked him.
Claren and Rano have become some of the most popular rivals characters, so
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair for Rano, when you keep fucking making him the poster child instead of Orcane, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Justice for Orcane, man. Why the fuck is Rano the face of water design? I don't fucking get that, and I've never gotten it.
maybe he's more popular.
Well, when you force it in, of course he's more popular. You fucking put him in everything. You put Orcade in Framemakers. No one talks about Framemakers anymore. What is wrong with you people?
I'm shocked he did not mention, like, they changed Orcade's design, but he doesn't mention how the profile picture still has the black beady eye in it.
That's weird.
That's still weird that they left that in there, but whatever, indie game. Maybe they'll change it one day. Oh my god.
For no reason. It's just a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
By comparison, yeah, Rivals 1 only had 6 to begin with, but now the roster sits at 18, and only a few of those additional 12 were paid DLC.
It's been 8 to 10 years. Of course they're gonna have more characters.
Dude,
Can't believe you didn't. I hate to say this, but this is a Smash player take.
Yeah, we're really sounding like Dat Garfield by. I can only tell like he played Smash based off of this. Okay.
Also,
again, maybe I'm full of shit. Okay.
Wasn't 4 of these characters released like 1, maybe 2 years ago? Wasn't the workshop characters like 2 years ago, literally?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So, like, technically, you can't count 4 characters. So there's, if that's the case, 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 14 technically, if you want to be that guy.
This guy, like, God, maybe I'm full of shit when it comes down behind this, but isn't it pretty common for fighting games, especially when the predecessor had DLC? Isn't it common for fighting game sequels to have smaller rosters at launch?
Strive did. I know that much.
Strive did. Street Fighter 6 did. I think the Mortal Kombat games have smaller ones.
The only ones I think the only one I think the only ones that don't count is Marvel vs. Capcom, but their games are fast as shit and characters die easily, so that makes sense why.
Didn't Tekken
It's just
like
natural for a fighting game sequel to cut a few characters and have them back later.
Yeah, not every game can be Smash Brothers. And again, like he brings this up like it's a weird, unreasonable thing to not having your fighting game thing. Dude, you literally just talked about how this game has 3D models or whatever. Don't you think that perhaps they had to do a lot to rebuild these characters though? Like you don't even have to be an expert in game design to know that like you can't a lot of work goes behind making 3D models and yeah, you just brought it up, like 3D models and animations from sprites or whatever. They had to rebuild a lot of those characters from scratch. Like I don't even think like you have to bring up the fact that these games were in different engines though, which by the way, the porting process is way more complicated than people give it credit for. You don't just drag and drop things, whatever. But I think again,
Except
even on a surface level,
the only game where you can put this argument is definitely Pokemon. That's it. That's the only game where they drag and drop shit.
yeah, but like I can also kind of tell that maybe this guy does not have a very good idea of game design because this was an indie studio that had to rebuild
like
a lot of
the
these
people we
characters
react
from
to
scratch.
don't understand game design.
Yeah, so I don't freaking 10 characters for like a fighting game, especially like an independent fighting game. That's not a bad roster size at all.
Especially when
it's
they're
not.
this quality.
Yeah, so
Like I won't play most of them, not because they're bad, but because usually I always tunnel one character in every single game that I play. But like the fact that it's 10 is pretty good. Also, before we move on to like the next point, this also kind of takes a shit on like Dan the man himself being like, yeah, every single new character, yeah, you don't have to pay for it. Like that kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't even think he knows about that.
Like that's just shitting on the man. It's just like, wow, man, there's not a lot of characters, and it's like, oh, don't worry, guys. 8 characters that might be here. Yeah, you don't have to pay for them.
Yeah, again, I don't think this guy paid any attention to like any of the advertisements. He didn't watch any of the directs or the announcements or read any articles or anything. I think he was just like this disconnected from it. Which again, a casual like is possibly gonna miss out on a lot of this stuff. I don't blame it. But this guy is like coming down to like some of the worst conclusions you can come down to it. Like it's sad that the Aether Studios team is like probably getting bombarded with this more than we know about.
Oy.
Anyway, is that all we had? Sorry.
For now.
For now.
Okay. For now, I think we're not even at the halfway point and we've ranted this much
I'm
already.
We
so
barely
I'm-
scratched the iceberg.
I'm so fucking glad this shit is only 7 minutes.
Yeah.
If you buy the game now, you'd have all 18 of them for free. Ori, Shovel Knight, and all. Seriously, how did they get into this game? Plus, workshop support, which is one thing Rivals trumps every other game in. While it wasn't at launch, the game's workshop support now takes it miles ahead. Play all sorts of broken characters like Speedrunner Mario, The Employee, Barack Obama, Alistair, 1 Billion Lions, and my personal favorite, Saitama.
Is he only bringing up like meme mods?
I can feel Garfield thieving right now.
Yeah. It's like, damn.
And yes, there are custom stages like 2 Forts or the Nintendo GameCube. Seriously, go crazy. None of this was brought over to Rivals 2. You get 2 new characters and a lack of everybody else, which really has no upside when the previous game let you make whatever characters you wanted. Now, granted, this wasn't at launch, and those on the Switch don't even have this, but if we ignore that, it's still terrible to have fewer characters than your predecessor.
How? You go into
not
detail?
in a fighting game fucking sequel,
Do we
man.
even
Like,
have to say anything?
I don't think we have to say anything.
I think
though.
Garfield's existence proves our point.
Yeah, I know you're
Yeah,
gonna have a field day with this in the comment section.
I can feel him have like radiation with the anger that he has in the back right now.
You think we're angry? Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
Maybe we should have
no.
gotten Garfield to react to this just for this moment.
Yeah.
I feel like no. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
But one of those characters is Loxodon, which was a prominent lore character and kind of the main antagonist. I have no clue about Rivals of other lore, man.
You can watch the bowler video. That video has been up for a while.
To be fair, you shouldn't have to watch a bowler video to be invested in a game story.
That is true. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, but
Tell that to Kingdom Hearts. Fuck that. Say that to the Kingdom Hearts series, buddy.
yeah.
I think Kingdom Hearts could be well written instead of a video.
Yeah.
Are we finally gonna get a more Subspace Emissary-like campaign? No, you idiot.
Yes.
Pause.
Yes, but
Pause.
it's coming.
Pause. Oh my god. Oh my god. We can't. This is what I mean. This is like a facet of Smash clone. Any fucking story mode ever. Hey, is it subspace? Is it subspace? Give me subspace.
That's another thing that annoys me when people treat like subspace is the only thing you can have as a platform fighter story mode.
Yeah, subspace is trash.
Melee
people need to
Adventure Mode was
know.
good enough.
Subspace was trash. The only reason why you remember is because Diddy Kong fucking dabs in front of Fox. Lick my cock.
That was not the argument I thought you were gonna make, but okay. Hey, to each their own.
The only reason why people remember that thing is because of like some interactions with the characters. You actually play that shit, you want to die. That thing is ass.
I don't share the opinions of what software Neo is putting. Each opinions we say are our own unless specified otherwise. Please don't cancel us.
No, fucking cancel me. Do it. Do it. Fucking do it. You people will move to Blue Sky anyway. I don't give a fuck.
But anyway, yes, they are doing a single player story mode thing. No, you did not research any of this though. If you were, oh my god, dude.
No, you idiot.
No, you idiot.
The modes in this game consist of local and online battle, training, and arcade mode.
Hey, pause. Hey, pause that. Damn. That's crazy to say because before Street Fighter 6, that was every single fighting game, buddy. That was every single fighting game, buddy, before Street Fighter 6. Most story modes are just that, buddy. Either they're cutscene simulators or they're exactly like Rivals 1. So I don't understand.
Oh, you
Dude,
love gameplay interrupted by slideshows.
Dude, it makes a lot more sense when you factor in that a lot of that was added in via DLC in a long time period. I think that's the key point you're missing there.
Did you know that there's a key point in the DLC where they show Forsberg's face and it took them like 4 years in order to change the drawing?
4 years. 4 years. Oh, that was a terrible pun. I don't care.
It took a few years to change that drawing.
Oh god,
It's
that's
just
funny.
fuel for your single player in fighting game video.
Yeah. Anyway.
The modes in Rivals 1? Story mode, segmented fights where you clear AQAP with several cutscenes. Abyss mode, endless waves of different challenges with unlockable power-ups to go deeper for each character. Tetherball, holy Hannah, that was way too much fun.
MC,
No,
is that
it's
you?
not. No, it's not.
MC? Is this
I've-
related to you?
No. He likes volleyball. Tetherball is fucking stupid. First of all, tetherball.
Mate, I feel like the only reason you're dissing Tetherball is because you lost to MC with it.
No, it's not even that. Tetherball, no. Volleyball is fun. Tetherball sucks dick. There's no strategy to it. There's no reason to it. It doesn't matter. As for the other modes, the only ones that like are actually fun to me would be like the custom moves that they had. Like the Abyss mode can be fine, but I feel
The Zetterberg Meteors challenge.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but like every single mode in this Rivals of Aether is not as fun as you think. Like I like it's a little fun, but to use it as a way in order to say that Rivals 2 is ass, it's like this is just looking for reasons that aren't there. If you
I can't
actually
wait for MC to counter argument in the comments.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like every unless it's custom moves and like some of the Abyss battles, the single player in Rivals 2 is not that good. Like that's why people go to like Workshop, if I'm being honest.
I don't like I haven't dabbled a lot in Rivals 1 side mode, so I don't have much to say regarding there. But again, dude, this was all added after the game started charging money publicly. You should probably again factor this in, especially since it's an indie game. My word.
Also remember, you paid money for Edelus and Rano, I believe, but guess what? You don't have to pay it now, and the only thing you pay for is skins. I think that's
no, get there.
Oh, skins. By the way, do we want to mention tutorial?
A tutorial, like I mean, Dan has commented on this and said that he wished they did do tutorial, but like they were hitting a deadline with off-brand games or whatever. I think that's the reason.
That is one thing I will give people. I do wish that the tutorial in Rivals of Aether is really good, and the fact that it's not here, that is something that I actually do agree with.
Yeah, they're gonna add it eventually, but you know.
Tutorials. There are interactive tutorials for all mechanics and all 18 official characters. Rivals 2 relegated this to a Steam page.
Wait. What is the description? Okay, the official guide looks a lot better than this, but you can't access it without the game, and I already refunded it. Maybe. All right then. You notice I keep saying like refunding. I don't know. Is there a deeper meaning behind that, or am I just looking for a problem that isn't there?
No, he just refunded it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe I'm overanalyzing it. My bad.
Customization. Make your own skins and stages. This isn't really a mode, but something Rivals 1 had that Rivals 2 doesn't. Spider-Man? Rivals 1 has significantly more variety than 2 for the same price, and it's honestly heartbreaking. It trades in a whole lot of great features for some iffy mechanics, 2 new characters, and a
Iffy fucking mechanics? You didn't explain why they were iffy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. How can you fucking be over there being like, damn, I'm not qualified to talk about these mechanics, but then also I'm gonna say these mechanics are fucking dog water.
What are you talking about? Yeah, okay.
3D glow up, which sounds a lot like. Oh, ouch.
Yes, that is a completely fair comparison. Sure. You keep telling yourself that.
Now, it's not that terrible. Warcraft 3, Reforged, and Overwatch 2 are downright atrocious, and Rivals 2 is easily the best of these three. It's probably more in line with this colonoscopy.
There's
That's
no
still hard.
way. There's
That's still
no
way too
fucking
harsh.
way. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
fucking way you compare it to that fucking tennis thing. There's no fucking shot.
It's an independent game. It's an independent game. Oh my!
I just want to give I just want to give MGG's Flower Man just like fucking brainwashing people, and he's just like, it's an independent game.
The Apple commercial.
Yeah, the
just that-
freaking plants from
Yes.
Resident Evil 8.
It's that fucking Toad from Futurama.
Hypnotoad.
Yeah.
And at least you can still buy and play Rivals 1, unlike Blizzard's scenario. And like I've alluded to, Rivals 1 wasn't this banger game out of the gate, and has since grown into what it is now. I'm not opposed to the idea that Rivals 2 will do the same, but that doesn't change the fact that there was something to be expected, and this game didn't deliver.
What was that? You didn't talk about it beforehand.
I
You
don't
didn't
get it.
explain why it was reasonable to expect any of these.
I don't get it.
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?
Nobody has expectations for the first game. There's all the expectations for the sequel that came out years later, unless you're Puss in Boots. And maybe this game will follow in its predecessor's footsteps and, stop me if you heard this one before, become a better game over time. I mean, they better start soon. I can't imagine they made that big a budget increase. Oh.
Here we go.
Okay, before he mentioned that, I guess this would also another point to show how disconnected he is from the game's climate. But here we go.
Okay, so Rivals 1 did indeed have DLC, even now. Rivals 2, on the other hand, has a Fortnite item shop with
Kind of looks like the battle pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like the battle pass.
Looks like the battle pass. Definitely a battle pass.
2 different currencies and timed item drops. This is an indie game. Have we really fallen this low?
Oh, now it's an indie game. Now it's a problem.
Oh yeah.
That's
When I need to say it's ass, now it's an indie game.
Now it's an indie game. All the other stuff, the game, like, not having all the features or not being able to compare it to big games. Oh, no, yeah, no. It should have been able to compare it to Smash or Tekken 8 or whatever.
It's AAA. It's AAA. I don't know what you mean. It's AAA.
Oh, my God.
Also, two different. Wait. No, two different coins. First of all, that's better than multiverses. Second of all,
Not
I'm pretty
high bar, but still.
Yes,
Yeah.
but second of all, I'm pretty sure that's because there's two, because you could get one for free, and then one is you put your actual money. That's not ass. That only makes sense. You could get these because you play, and then the other one is actual money. That's not. I don't think that's a negative point.
Let's listen to what he has to say, which is not a lot, but let's listen to what he has to say.
I feel sick saying these words. Holy crap. The best part of Rivals of Aether 2 is that, even more than Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, it makes me appreciate Rivals of Aether so much more. Rivals of Aether is not perfect. There is a lot of problems with it. But it's still an incredibly impressive platform fighter with incredibly fun characters, unique mechanics, great pixel art, and an insane amount of customization and variety, especially if you play on PC. It's not Smash Bros, but I don't think it's trying to be. It's so different at this point, I don't think it matters. I highly recommend it if you haven't tried it. I'm not even that good. Do not play Rivals of Aether 2. It is a huge disappointment and inferior to the original in almost every way. I cannot recommend it over the first. Again, maybe I'll get similar support to the first, and if that happens, call me and we'll chat. Until then, I'm gonna stick with the original. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Miles, but rest assured, I'll be training up with all these different characters and trying to be able to hold my own against you.
He didn't explain why it was a problem. What? he didn't explain why this was an issue. What if you're not familiar with the Battle Pass dynamic and why they gained such an infamous reputation? Why did you not go into detail about any of this? How is this a problem? You're just showing the UI. I am uninformed. I am not enlightened. And may we also explain, which we've already said this before, this is all cosmetic. It's all aesthetic. None of this affects gameplay. They don't lock characters behind it, stages, modes. They have confirmed this is what they're doing. Hell, some people have even said it doesn't even take that long to finish the Battle Pass. Bowler even said that he thought it was a little too short. But you would all know any of this. I wouldn't have to tell you any of this if you paid attention to what people were saying and read the announcements of the launch things.
You know what I hate? I hate that it's like, just like he says, I hate the words coming out of my mouth, and I'm just like, buddy, what words? What words?
What am I about?
I
You
haven't
didn't
heard-
look into any of this. You don't have the context. You are not informed in any of this. You are doing surface level gut reactions. You are not a good source of information about this, buddy.
Cue in the Toy Story 2. You are a toy.
You are a toy. I think this is the most heated I've gotten on any of these podcasts. This is one of the most ignorant videos I think we've done in a while. And the sad reality is that I know there's plenty of other people who have this sentiment. And you know, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm just gonna say it right now. I've heard plenty of people as a counter argument saying like, well, you shouldn't have to care about the context or why something happens in a game. You should only care about what's there at launch. And you know what? Hey, if you just want to play the game and have fun and you're just disappointed what came up behind that, then sure, you know what? You don't have to care about the context though. If that's how you feel, so be it. I'm not going to think less of you behind it. But if you are going to tell other people about this, if you want to give an opinion, a, you know, supposedly a formed opinion, telling people to not play the game, this is something you want people to take your feedback with and go behind. You want to make an educated analysis, and you aren't even going to bother to at least understand why any of this is the way it is,
Whoops.
then yes, then yeah, you probably should at least care or do that information. If you're not going to, why should we listen to your points? Why should we care what you have to say?
This is harsher than the VAR's video.
The VAR's video was just, oh, mid bad design, Sephiroth similar design, bad for different reasons, and they completely contradicted each other. This is just like, I'm sorry, maybe I'm just going way too far into this. This is just blatant misinformation.
People just don't care.
Yeah, this was, you know what? We have less than a minute for this video. I'm just gonna say it right now. This was just lazy, plain old lazy. I'm definitely awake now after all that yelling.